Hi friends, we're going to talk about cost of living in Kansas City and specifically what you can get for homes in the 700s on the Kansas side in Johnson County. I've got an extra sidekick today. Of course, we have Glennis the Great Dane, but this is her new brother, Duke. He's an adopted Husky Australian Shepherd mix that my son talked us into, and he's a wonderful addition to our pack. So he's joining us today in the back seat to talk about the cost of living in Kansas City. So in previous shows, I've talked a little bit about houses that are in the 400 ranges in Kansas and Missouri. And so I'm breaking it down again, this time on the Kansas side in Johnson County, for 3 cities that are fairly close together, but homes that are in the 700s. These are similar in some ways in that homes that are closer to Kansas City proper will be smaller and they will be higher priced. So you get a little less square footage for the price. So that is carries along the board in this 700 range home as it did in the 400 range homes. So we're going to start closer to Kansas City in Prairie Village. So $700,000 in Prairie Village is kind of a in between. This is a little bit harder to find a $700,000 house in Prairie Village as it is in Leawood and Overland Park. That is because there are quite a few older homes that have already had some renovations that are below that price. And there are a lot of scrapes, which we call scrapes. They scraped an old house down and they have rebuilt something brand new rebuild. And those are up in the 800s to $1 million, $1.2 million, $1.5 million and above. So Prairie Village is lacking in this current market right now, things that are around in the 700s. But I did find a few to share with you that have recently sold. You will find the square footage of a $700,000 sold home in Prairie Village around 2,500 to 3,500 square feet. It will be completely redone. It will be gorgeous. I did see a couple that had older bathrooms, but most of them have had every surface, every wall, every bit of the home has been touched and updated or redone completely. There are very few new builds that are around 700 in Prairie Village. Those new builds are gonna be higher. Again, you may find some renovations. You may find a really small new build, but I wouldn't count on that. I would count on finding something that has been renovated or is really big and has partially renovated around in that price range. Leawood, we're moving a little bit farther south and just south for Leawood. Leawood, you're going to get a little bit more square footage for your price for 700. I found some recently solds that were between 3,700 square feet and they went all the way up to 5,500 square feet. And this varies on the age of the home. So obviously when you're in old Leawood where they're older, they're more established, you're going to have lower square footage. And as you get farther south toward Overland Park, you will find more new builds. You'll find larger square footage homes in that price range, and they're just going to get bigger and bigger. Old Leawood, you'll probably be finding 2-car garages that you could actually use. In the newer parts of Leawood, you can find 3 to 4-car garages at a 700,000 range. Almost all of them have usable finished basements with the full kitchen down there. Really great for entertaining. You will find lots and lots of renovations. Quite a few that are just renovated without tearing everything out because they started out a little bit newer than Prairie Village. They started out maybe just a little bit more updated in the beginning. Less of the bright colored tile bathrooms, so they're able to do some renovations without gutting the whole things. Many of the older ones do have ensuite master or primary baths, and they are a little bit smaller. As you get farther west, you're going to find the traditional primary bedrooms that have sitting rooms, giant beautiful in-suite bathrooms. Lots of in-suite bathrooms on other bedrooms as well in the newer part of Leawood. And for $700,000 in Leawood, you're going to be finding 4 to 5 bedrooms and at least that many bathrooms. As we move farther even to the west into Overland Park, we're going to end up with kind of similar homes to Leawood, but you may be finding some newer builds, and you actually might also find more square footage for $700,000. You'll likely find 4 to 5 bedrooms and that many bathrooms in each home. Then the older houses, which would probably be around 20 to 40 years old, your square footage is going to be larger. So I was able to find a recent sold from 4,000 square feet all the way up to 6,000 square feet. So there's a big variance of what you can find for $700 in Overland Park. And part of that is because Overland Park is so gigantic. It's so big. So you're going to be finding some newer homes there. You're going to be finding some more recently built homes that are larger. I did see one recently sold house in Overland Park around $700 that was only 38 square feet. So, again, it varies so much, and it depends on the finishes. It depends on the builder. It depends on the age of the home and whether it's a renovation or a rebuild completely. So I hope looking at some of these images and hearing about what is available in the Johnson County area around 700 has been helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to sharing this same cost of living market kind of roundup in Kansas City, Missouri soon.